Okay, so let's just run through this week real quick, make sure we feel good about it. Today's Monday, last time I checked. And we're going to go over today, I'm going to go over page 115 in a few minutes. Is that okay? We had done 116 during class on Friday, if you recall. If you weren't here, I'd suggest you probably watch the video because it goes over a few things. Tuesday, we have a little bit more review that we will cover. That would have been assigned from today. And I will also give you your take-home test. Okay? You get the take-home test. Now, the take-home test is going to be due 1 week from today. Does that make sense? So, don't give the sub that I'll have on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday the take-home test once it's done. Oh. Hit the deck. So don't give the sub your take-home test. So you guys and girls have kind of a goofy day on Wednesday.
What is Wednesday?
So it's like the senior CMAS, which there's like, 2 people that'll show up because they forgot or something. But you will have periods 1 through 4 in the afternoon. And I don't know how busing works or anything like that. I'm just telling you what it is. I'm sure that there is some arrangement that's made. If you need to take a bus, it'll pick you up later in the day, and then it'll take you back home, 3 hours after you get here. But when you have periods 1 through 4, if you happen to be here on those days, I will have a sub. My sub plan for Wednesday for you all is just to work on the take-home test. Okay? Now, I've instructed the sub. Don't be that kid going, I'm all done, therefore I have nothing to do. I've instructed them to give you another take-home test, and you can do it. So if you'd like to do a take-home test twice, be that kid.
No. Just finish it. Be like, what about 4? I didn't finish it.
Just act like, if you didn't, if it's finished, and you act like it, just act like it's not finished, and just act like you're working on it, it should be good. Okay, I would think. Now, my personal feeling is for that periods 1 through 4 is I would just guess to venture that there'll probably be a lot of kids absent. Okay, not you all, but I have other periods. There'd be like 3/4 of the kids out here. I'm just saying because that's kind of it's a weird day. And if you remember, like 6 weeks ago, we did periods 5 through 8. It is what it is. It's just we just go with the punches. Okay? When's that take-home test due?
Next week.
Yeah, 1 week from today. So you don't give the take-home test ever to the sub. Got it? Other things you don't give to the sub is, here's all my makeup work. Don't give that to the sub. I've been teaching 22 years. I can tell you the 3rd year is when that one kid, was able to pull the fast one. He spoiled it for y'all. I'm sorry. Okay. He gave me, I gave all my work to a sub. You've done nothing all year, and the day the sub's there, you claim you gave everything to him. Parents are like, oh yeah, I saw him doing it. Sub didn't have anything. Call us up, no, you didn't give me anything. But the kid says you did. Please don't give anything to the sub. Okay, Thursday, we will have part 1 of test. So the sub will indeed pass out part 1 of the test to you on that day. Okay? You do give that back to the sub. You're done with it. That part 1 of the sub is designed to take no more than 20 minutes if you're truly working on it. Don't go and say, hey, I need extra time. We've built it to take 20 minutes. You're given an hour. You're getting triple time on it. Okay? Part 1 of the test. You can use a calculator. No, you can't use your cell phone. Why not? Because there's an app that you can do. You can scan it, and it'll do the problem for you. Yeah, it's the coolest app in the world. It's amazing. There's kids that do all their homework on it. Their parents are like, yeah, they get everything right. And when it comes to the test, they miss everything because they're having technology do it. Your child's not thinking. Sorry. Okay? So, part 1 of the test on this day. Friday is part 2 of the test. Now, we designed it to take 20 minutes. If you came in 19 minutes tardy, you'd be able to probably get it done in a minute. That's how quick Friday is. So take your time. Take your time on it. I won't be here Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. I'll be up in Vail with the FBLA. No, I don't run FBLA, but Mr. Goodman, who does, has invited me for the past 2 years to be one of the chaperones. Yeah. So what's funny is last year, one of the Vail, where we stayed, I forgot what it was, one of the nice resorts up there in Vail, they goofed up our rooms. So myself and Miss Weber, our job was to make sure kids are getting to the rooms. So you're like, all right, you're in this room. Okay, you're in this room. Okay, there's you 4 in this room, you 4 in this room. We had 2 girls that came down, or actually 4 girls that came down saying, there's a problem with our room. What do you mean? There's only 1 bed in it. 4 kids. And it was like the room that was kind of like in the, let's make the smallest room possible, put 1 bed in it, so you couldn't even get a rollaway in there. That's how small this room was. So I had to make the executive decision saying, okay, I will give the girls the room that I'm supposed to be in, 2 of them, so they can have that one, but I need another room. I'm like, sir, we're very sorry, but we're sold out. I'm like, it's your error. You knew that there was 4 people slated to be in this room, and you knew that it was only 1 bed. It's your error. And they do the, sir, we really hate to do this, but we do have 1 room that's available, and unfortunately it's kind of far away in the resort. I'm like, it's fine. Mr. Goodman will take one of the rooms. Mrs. Weber will take one of the other rooms up on the floor with the kids. I'll take this, away from everything room. Okay. So she proceeds to break out the map. Now it's not just the little, 1 sheet of paper. It's like, let's get this map out. It's a 3-dimensional analysis of this building. You're like, okay, you're gonna take down the stairs. When you get down to the bottom of the stairs, you have to cross a creek. Once you cross that creek, there's gonna be a ski lift you have to take up. Ski down halfway, and there's your room. I mean, it's like that far away. So I key into the room. I'm like, it's on the very base floor of the hotel. Walk in. There's another door right in front of me that I have to key into as well. Open that door. Kitchen, dining room, big old living room, TV the size of most drive-in movie theaters. I'm like, dude. Walk in, bathroom number 1. Go to the master bedroom. The master bedroom is like 19 times bigger than Cherry Creek High School. It's got a bed that, 45 people could jump on, and you'd never run into each other. Walk into the bathroom, this big old hot tub, shower that like 19 people could shower. It's like, 14 different nozzles. I'm like, oh my gosh. So Goodman calls me, hey, me and all the other Cherry Creek School District chaperones are going to meet up in my room. Mike, Mr. Goodman, you might want to meet in my room. No. Mike, listen. You might want to meet in my room. These guys are coming out and going, the heck? I mean, he's got a butler, a guy's polishing your shoes when you're walking. You're like, this is great. Had 2 porches. Had the good chairs. Didn't have those cheap plastic ones you buy at Kmart. 18 for 50 cents. This had the actual Adirondack chair, the old school, wooden one. You're like, dude, this is the best chair ever. We called the porches Veranda 1 and Veranda 2. Actually, to speak Spanish, Veranda 1 and Veranda 2. So I think I always said it. But it was great. So I got this great room. So now Mr. Goodman said, hey, I want you to be a chaperone again this year. I'm like, if I get a room anything less than last year, forget it. It's got to be so. I'm just kidding. So I just got lucky. See, I was the one making the choices. So, please don't be bad for the sub. Please don't be like the kid I had in my 5th grade class who told the sub to F off. That was the second time he told the teacher that year to F off last semester. He got 5 day suspension. That's not good. That's not a good student. That kid no longer goes to Creek. He withdrew because, you can't tell people to F off. I don't know what I'm going to do. Okay. It's like, and I'm pretty sure he didn't say fraction off. I think it was the other one. All right. So if you're good, I got a funny little story that I'll tell you here on the Monday after you turn in your take-home test. So on this day, you'll take part 1 of the test. At the end of the period, you give that test back to the sub. Sound good so far? Yeah. On Friday, you take part 2 of the test. You turn that back in. Now, if you happen to miss Thursday, that doesn't mean that you can't do Friday's portion of the test. The sub will not have Thursday's version for you to take first. Don't worry. They're independent of each other. They don't overlap each other. There's not, number 5 from the first test isn't going to transpose over to answering a question on number 6 on the other test. Make sense? Before I go through page 115, which I know you all have out on your desk, there's a question, and it's actually 3 questions on the test. And I'm not sure, I can't remember what day it is, but you kind of have to use your imagination. And I ask you, give an example of a linear equation. Anyone want to take a shot at that? Straight line. Give me an example. What's it? Give me the example. Go ahead, Joe. Y equals x plus 2. Done. Is that the only linear equation that is out there? No. There's a whole infinite amount. So you have to give an example of a linear equation. You get a pick. Okay. Then the next one might say, hey, give us an example of a quadratic equation. You want to take a shot at that? I'll start it for you. Y equals x squared plus 4. Done. Okay? There's a whole plethora of others. You could have, 3x squared plus 5x minus 6. That's totally fine. Something like that. And then the last one is give an example of an exponential function. Very quick. So I'll give you y equals, what do you got? X squared plus 3x? No.
X plus 3 parentheses squared plus
No. 2x plus 3? No. Something sticks out. So notice x is down low here, down low here. What is x as an exponential function?
3.
3 to the x, something like that. So the exponent is your variable on an exponential function. Okay? Good? So you'll probably see a question like that. Okay, let's run through. Let's take a look at page 115. If you don't have it on your desk, giving you an opportunity to get it out now. And I just kind of want to go through these. Starting with problem number 1. Does anyone want to see problem number 1 worked out? We're good on 1? Anyone? Going once, going twice? Now the nice thing on problem number 1 is if you on the graphing on this test, we're not going to ask you to give the vertex axis symmetry, where it's increasing, decreasing. We'll actually have other graphs that are drawn already for you. So these ones, this type of problem, we'll just have you have to draw the graph. And don't just draw, don't be like, oh, it's right like that. Done, cool, we're out of here. I drew something, I get points. No. So problem 1's good, or did anyone need to see it? Problem number 2. Want to see it? Yeah. Problem number 2, we have y equals 2x squared minus 8x plus 4. Okay, this one is in standard form. It is a parabola because raised to the second power. But this one we have to use the negative b over 2a. So I have negative b. What's my b value up there? Negative 8. So I get negative negative, so I'll turn to positive. What's my a value up there? 2. So negative negative 8, that's 8 over 4. 8 over 4 is 2. So the x component of my vertex is 2. Right? How do I find the y component? Plug it in. 2 plus 4. 2 squared? 4. 4 times 2? Negative 16 plus 4. Is that right? So 8 minus 16 is negative 8. Negative 8 plus 4 is 4. Okay, so this is what I would expect to see on a graph. Okay, of course we'll give you a grid for you. So I got 2, negative 4. So can you see that dot okay? So I want to make sure you can see the dot on your paper. Can I pattern graph using 1, 3, 5, or does it change? Changes to 2, 6, 10. Agree? Now sometimes I won't be able to squeeze everything on there up to 10. I might be able to get the 2 and the 6, but we'll take a look. So we'll go right one up 2, left one up 2. Then from there I'm going to go right one up 6. Left one up 6. Can you all see points that I have up there?
Yeah.
I want to make sure I see points on your paper. Okay, and then draw your curve in. Okay, please don't make this error. Oh, it's a V. Oh, it's smooth. Okay? We good? So you'll see that type of problem. Actually, I think that might be an exact problem on the test. We're kind of running out of ones to give you that all fit on an XY axis from negative 10 to positive 10. Sorry. Happens. Put a star next to that one. Make sure you study how to do it. Does anyone need to see number 3, 4, or 5? Those are all in vertex form. Any of those you'd like to see? 3, 4, or 5? Yeah. 5? Yeah. Problem number 5. It is in vertex form, so we get y equals negative x minus 4 squared minus 3. What's my vertex? Opposite inside, right? So I get same outside. Does pattern graphing of 1, 3, 5 work on this one?
Yes.
Sure does. All right. Pattern graph. Right one up 1, left one up 1. Right one up 3. Left one up 3. Done. Okay, and again, you'll see this type of thing on a test. It's not going to ask you label, or it's going to say, make sure I identify points. Vertex. Sometimes you can only show one set of points, especially if we're pattern graphing and it's stretching a little further. But you can show at least 3 points on these without a problem. One of those points is the vertex. Agreed? 6, 7, 8, 9. Any of those you want to see? All of them? Some of them? Yeah. 9, you got it. 9's goofy. And I'll tell you, you're going to see number 9 on the test. Very similar to this. Why is this one goofy? Yeah, you got a half there. So x plus 1 plus 2. All right. Vertex is going to work the same way. What's my vertex? Negative 1 comma 2. is pattern graphing going to work as 1, 3, 5? Or let's use a little critical thinking. What do you think it would be? Yeah, it's 0.5, 1.5, and 2.5. How did I get that? Because it's normally 1, 3, 5, but I'm going to multiply those by half. So half times 1 is half, which is 0.5. Half times 3 over 2, which is 1.5. Half times 5, which is 5 over 2, is 2.5. Okay, so if I go right 1 up half, doesn't that look like it's halfway in between? And then left 1 up half. And then the next one, if you go right 1 up 1.5, so I go right 1 up 1.5, there's 0.5, and there's 1. There's 0.5, and then there's the other one. So look at how fat this one is. That's pretty fat. Make your dot bigger. So that's a good problem. I would say you would see something like that on the test. So that half, use your logic. They can pattern graph as fractions. It's sometimes easier as fractions to move it. Yeah. 6, you got it. Can I move off this? 6. Minus 4x. Which value am I missing up here? A, B, or C?
B.
C. So you could put plus 0 for your C value, right? All right, I do have a B value, so I'm going to use negative B over 2a. So I have negative 4 over 2 times 1. Negative 4 is positive 4. 2 times 1 is 2. So my x component of my vertex is 2. How do I find the y component? Plug it in. So I get 2 squared minus 4 times 2. 2 squared is 4. 4 minus that. It's like negative 4. 2 negative 4. Pattern graph of 1, 3, 5 is going to work. Right 1 up 1. Left 1 up 1. Right 1 up 3. Left 1 up 3. Looks like that. I found if you do this when you're so close, they don't burn as much. Any other problems you want to see on that page? 7 or 8? Yeah? 7? You got it. Good one on number 7. Number 7, I get y equals negative 3x squared, I believe, plus 1. What value am I missing up here? A, B, or C? B. If the B value is not there, that means the x component of the vertex is always 0. Okay? If the B value is not there, the x component of the vertex is 0. So plug that 0 back in, negative 3 times 0 squared plus 1, so I get that. So I got 0, comma 1 right here. Pattern graph is not going to be 1, 3, 5. It's going to be negative 3, negative 9, negative 15. So this is going to go off the page real quick, isn't it? So I'm going to go right 1 down 1, 2, 3. Left 1 down 1, 2, 3. And that's about as far as we can get. Do you think I'm expecting you to go, oh, it's way down here? Don't worry about that. And again, they're going to be set up for you saying, hey, graph these. Now, there's others that say, hey, identify which graph, where you have like 9 graphs to choose from and you have 9 equations to match those up. So, I think it's a good test. I wrote and modified most of it. And I passed it. 61. Yes. Oh, yeah. I like to pat myself on the back. My dad called me son. I thought I was so bright. Any others you want to take a look at off this page? So being that you're here, we're putting a 4 on that right away. I don't need to collect that. I'll put a 4 on it I'll put a 4 on the grade book for you right now. If you have anything old to hand in to me that is not this page, can put it here in the notebook. But your assignment for this evening, in which we will go over tomorrow, is going to be page 117, 118, and 119. Before you panic, I have to answer the question here.
Still not here. Got it. Thank you.
Let me check it real quick.
Oh, you're right. Your aim is literally garbage. You missed 3 times in a row, Nate.
All right, so page 117, 118, I want you to do just the evens on these pages. And on this page, I'd like you to do number 13 and 14. So on this, you'll do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14. Okay? And we'll totally go over that tomorrow. But I'm going to go, and I'm going to put in page 115 for your homework, because y'all did it, right?
Yeah.
Good.